It's definitely been a whirlwind. I'd say it's just been an amazing experience altogether. I've learned a lot about my industry and about myself within the last couple of years. So I went to college up in Scotland, Nest School, and I completed my Class 2 fishing certificate. So I was about like 6 months, but I did it over the course of a year. So I went back to sea for a bit of it. So yeah, so I've been like a full year just getting it with breaks and going up to Scotland, going up to college by yourself at 19. It was such a great experience, and I'm glad I've done it, but it was also definitely an eye-opening experience for me.
It's certainly the unconventional route, isn't it? What did your friends and family think about you going over to Scotland and doing this?
Everybody was very supportive, and the skipper on my boat, he was just so supportive because I've worked for him for 4 years now. This will be my 5th, and he was just like, yeah, absolutely, like just go get your ticket and just get it while you're young and all that. But everybody was really supportive. I think there was a couple of people maybe a bit nervous because, as you say, it's not really conventional. Some people go to uni and that, but I just decided to throw it in the deep end and go straight to college with no one I knew or anything like that. So
remind us how you got into fishing in the first place. Is it in your blood? Is it heritage? Is that what's led you down this path?
So I got into fishing when I was young. I did summers and weekends through then, and then when I was 15 I went for a trip with my skipper now, Alan Woodbridge, and I loved it. So I did a couple of weeks in the summer with him just before I went back to school, and then I went back to school in and out, obviously because I was a COVID kid, so I went back here and there and just whenever the school was open, but the rest of the time I was fishing. And then I left school when I was 16. I did leave with all my GCSEs as well. I don't know what the misconception is because there's been a couple UK news outlets that have said, oh, like she left school and all this, but I didn't. I finished my GCSEs and then I left, but I did have the apprenticeship secured when I was 15. So yeah, I left at 16 and went full time on the Shannon Kimberley, and I just loved that. And I've just been there ever since. I've done trips with other people if the boat's been broken down or anything like that, but it's like a bug. I don't even, like, you talk to anybody who fishes, they say the same. It's like you just get a bug for it and you can't stay away from it. It's something else.
For many people, they associate fishing trawlers with seasickness, with rough conditions, early mornings. So what is it in particular that you love about the job?
I just think everything about it, really. Obviously the 4:30 starts are a bit, and I'm not a morning person either, so the 4:30s aren't amazing, but I think it's just part of the job. I like being at sea, I like being in the fresh air, I like thinking that like I've accomplished something at the end of the day. It's a very rewarding job. I like the trips as well. So in the winter we fish here, but in the summer we do 3 weeks. Well, on the boat that I was last on, the Shannon Kimberley, we did 3 weeks away on the west coast of Scotland fishing, and I just loved being away, just seeing everything. The sunsets, the sunrises, the views you get, it's unmatched.
Some beautiful islands around that part of Scotland as well. What was that like? Were you in and out of the various isles around that part?
Yeah, we go everywhere really. So Drora, Islay, it's a gorgeous place, the west coast of Scotland with all the islands. And then even around here in the winter, even though the weather's bad, you're getting that outside perspective of the Isle of Man. It's amazing. You think like we're getting up at 4:30 and we're leaving, so many people in bed, and then you're looking back, say if you're off Douglas, you'll come back at Douglas and it all starts like live and up and that, and you just think like you're just so detached from it because you're away from it all.
Now tell us a bit more then about this Certificate of Competency as Deck Officer Class 2. You've passed your oral exam, so tell us what was involved in this process.
So it's a lot of courses put together, And then after you've got all the courses, you sit an oral examination. So it's a one-on-one, face-to-face, but mine was through Zoom because I did it in the Isle of Man, with a master mariner. Now they are like top of the top.
Right.
They are that. So what you do is you sit across from them and they just ask you questions and you've just got to give them the right answer. And but so I did a couple. So it's like a few courses, and then once you get all them, then you can sit your orals. Your orals is just like a final big exam on everything, all the separate courses you've done.
Mm. And you say there was sort of around 6 months of training before that exam. So were you quite nervous doing that?
Yeah, I think I did a big 3-month stint for my writtens, and then I did 2 months at the start of last year just for radio and my equipment course. And then I got very lucky as well. To do it, you have to have a first aid course and a firefighting course. So I sat my firefighting course in Glasgow, and you get fully kitted out. It's an amazing experience. Proper fires, proper big sets on. I learnt that maybe a fireman isn't a career if I ever come out of fishing though. So, but yeah, it was just things that I've learned as well, along the way, having that experience to actually have the full equipment on and to go into, it's like a controlled fire they do, and it's just, you wouldn't believe it. It's just such a great experience. So things like that I've experienced along the way have just been amazing.
And you're still just 20 years old, of course. Isle of Man Maritime have said this is a very important milestone in your career. They've supported you as well, haven't they, along the way? What kind of doors do you hope this will open for you now?
Yeah, Isle of Man Maritime have been amazing with me through the whole experience. I couldn't thank them enough for everything they've done. In terms of doors, I think it definitely, so to my knowledge and to everybody else's knowledge I've spoke to, I'm the first woman with a class 2 in the fishing. Mm-hmm. So there's ones you can do in the Navy and in work boots that are equivalent to it, but in the actual fishing certificate, I'm the first one to have it.
So it's the first Manx female, is that right?
Yeah. So
were you surprised by that?
I was surprised that I was the first female, not by being the first Manx female, but because I've always been quite pushing through in the Manx community about me being a fisherman and that. But I thought there might have been one in Scotland or in England, but it just they've never known anybody. So maybe somebody will come out of the woodwork. But to everybody's knowledge and to all the college's knowledge, I'm the first one to complete it, which I think is massive, and I think it shows that you can do it. Obviously, the fishing is still quite a male-dominated industry, and that's just a widely known fact. But I think by doing this, you can, I can show people that it doesn't have to be, I've put the hard work in and I've done the same that all the guys could have done, so...
I think you said the same thing as well 2 years ago. You had the same determination to prove that women can thrive in this industry. Have you still got that same drive? Are you still determined to keep going as far as you can go?
Yes, definitely. I think the more I speak out about it as well, because obviously this journey hasn't been it's been met with haters and with doubters along the way. I've doubted myself a couple of times in it, but there's definitely been a lot of people that haven't been supportive of this. Right. But there's also been the other side of it where the people have been. So I think I've seen both sides where I'm kind of wow, the amount of support I've had off some people has been just overwhelming. But then other people, it just seems like they're still stuck in their old habits. And I hope that by pushing it forward and showing that a woman can do all this, that they will maybe think twice about it. But yeah, like I say, it's been met with its doubters, but I'm glad I've pushed through it, and hopefully I can just continue to grow and as a person, but help the younger ones and the females in the industry, because the fish industry is lacking young people coming in massively. So not only just women coming into it, but the younger generation. So I just want to keep pushing forward, being an advocate for women and for young fishermen. Obviously there's been a few movements in the last couple of years, women in fisheries, they've got a big network, that's amazing. The Young Fisherman Network, they're all just young fishermen, and I think it's definitely helping it get out there. But I think the more that I can help and the more that I can speak out, will just do their best, and I just want to move forward being an advocate and somebody can come speak to. I'm not that scary.
Yeah.
If you've got any questions or that, I'm more than happy. But just to keep everybody involved. And
with that in mind, if there was somebody out there, and it's perhaps a young teenager, a girl who is interested in the fishing industry but doesn't really know how to get started or where to go, or has that doubt in her mind, what would you say to her?
I would say, first of all, if you don't try it, you're not going to know if you like it or not. So I think try it, see if you like it or not, and if you don't, then at least you can say you've tried it. But I think the biggest thing is actually going. So my advice would be to find a good captain, a good skipper that you know, that you're comfortable going with, or if you've got friends that fish, maybe going with them. Just find somebody that you feel more than comfortable going to sea with, because it is a dangerous job at the end of the day. But if you feel like you might want to try it, or you even have an inkling, oh, that could be for me, just go for it, because the worst thing that's going to happen is you don't like it, and then you can say you've tried it. My first thing is, like, if I never stepped foot on a boat when I was younger, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. I tried it and I fell in love with the job.
And what's next for you personally, Isla? What's your goal in the next 5 years?
Oh, the next 5 years, that's a hard one. I think starting off this year, I'm hoping to move to a bigger boat. So the boats that I've fished on before have been like 16 metres, 18 metres. So I'm hoping to move to a bigger, like a bigger sized vessel, just because every boat is different. They all operate differently. But I'd like to experience the bigger boats and see what they're about, and just gain more knowledge of how everything works. I obviously love the fishing, I love the industry, so the more I can learn about it, the
better.
Yeah, the better, really. Like, I'm more than happy. So for the next few years, I just want to see how everything goes and just gain as much knowledge as I can, and then take it from there, really. I haven't really set out any particular plans, but I'm more than happy with where I'm at now and gaining my class 2. So from now on, I'm just going to see how it goes and just try to learn as much as I can.
Watch this space. Isla, thank you for coming in and speaking to us.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio Newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.